Anyways, usually we'll go for a tip first before we start talking, but because we have our guest in the studio with us already, so I'm just going to introduce her. I'm sure it's been a long time you've seen her on our screen, but she is here again, and she's no other than Florence Hall. Oh, it's good to have you.
Yeah, I feel like saying, "Hey, I'm here."
I'm supposed
Good
to roll the
morning.
drums for you.
Yeah.
It's good to have you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Apologies for Lagos happening to you today.
My sister.
But thank you for still calling.
I'm glad.
Okay, so you've been wondering who Florence is. As usual, she's a certified family therapist, and she's also an author and, of course, a women advocate. She always talks to women, children, adults, whatever it is. If you even need her contact, just put it in the comment section or social media pages, and of course, you're good to go to get your therapy. Anyways, while we're still at that, let's quickly go for the first tip, and this one is about communication in relationship. How do you do this? Because we're talking about something very deep. In fact, the same topic, Patricia was like, "Oh, my, this topic is it's deep, it's long,
very deep and long." I said, just send it to me.
Guess who crafted that topic?
Who?
Truly yours, Felicity.
For real, Felicity? You're going to come sit here.
Yeah. She drafted the topic. What we'll be talking today, we'll be talking about exploring the link between delayed proposals and normalization of casual sex. You know, times have changed. Before you have sex with someone, right? There has to be a marriage. There has to be a level of high commitment. But now, we know it's more of a transaction thing. But anyways, we have an amazing person. Trust me, by the time she starts talking, you understand why I gave her this topic specifically to talk about. But let's quickly go for a good tips on relationship and good communication. We'll be right back after that. Continue. Stay with us.
Tips on relationship. Building and maintaining healthy relationship is an important part of looking after our mental health. Here are 6 top tips to support you with yours. The first tip is get to know yourself. Take the time to appreciate yourself and get in touch with your emotions to be able to express yourself clearly and more effectively. Not knowing how to regulate your emotions and express them healthily can negatively affect your mental well-being. Number 2, put in the work. Healthy relationships are not found but built. A healthy relationship needs commitment and willingness to be accommodating to each other's needs. Number 3, set and respect boundaries. Setting boundaries is not only about what you don't like or what you don't want in your relationships, but also about letting the people around you know what you appreciate. Think about and let others know where your boundaries are, respecting your time alone, for example. Doing this can take the pressure off your relationship to commit to anything unrealistic. Number 4, talk and listen. All relationships have disagreement, and that's okay. What matters is how you talk and listen to one another. Listen to understand rather than listening to respond. Don't be afraid to express your emotions or vulnerabilities with people you trust. Number 5, let go of control. A lot of life is about how we react to our experiences and encounters. Knowing that you can only really control what you do and not what anyone else does will save you time and stress. Number 6, reflect and learn. If you have a healthy way of expressing your feelings, you're able to react to other people's in a healthy way. Being angry with someone often comes from a place of feeling hurt and upset. If you can recognize that, you will communicate it and build better relationships with others or your spouse. Reflect on the relationships that work best in your life. What qualities do these relationships have, and how can you bring these qualities into other relationships?
back, you're still watching Women's Corner, and of course, that's a good one. Good skills for communication in good relationships. Healthy, good relationships, or good, healthy relationships.
Whatever.
Anyways, whatever.
Whatever.
Anyways, we were talking about exploring the link between delayed marriages and casual sex. Now, obviously, there are multiple questions going to ask. For first, casual sex. Is there anything like casual sex? Should it even exist? I need to ask.
Okay, so when I saw the topic, I kept thinking about it, and in my head, oh, what have we turned sex to? Because there's actually nothing casual about it. I mean, that's what they call it, intimacy. It's something, because if you look at the word casual, it's something unserious,
Random,
something random, something not permanent, something just very normal. In fact, extremely normal. And so how can something that is as serious,
That's private.
as private, as something that you literally lose yourself when you are engaging in it, be casual? So it's a big misunderstanding. It's the mindset, but that's not the result. That's not the effect. So you get into the act with that mindset, saying it is casual, but the effect is not casual. Because that you have that lame mentality does not mean that's what the feeling will be or what comes out of the
I
union.
need to come in here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes, please.
Because as you were speaking, something came into my mind. Okay, so you know that we have sex by rape. Can't you call that casual?
That is also not casual because it's supposed to be by two people. That is rape. It is called rape. It is not casual. Of course, the person may think that it is casual. But so what I'm talking about is the consequences that comes from the act. Even the person that thinks, oh, he just raped the person just to have fun. No, what he did is not casual. He thinks it is casual. That was what I started with, that our thoughts does not necessarily qualify the meaning and the effect of the thing. And then it is not also consensual. So he felt it was casual. The person didn't feel. The person is hot and the person is, I mean, you can't call it casual in any way. Do you understand? So there is actually nothing casual. However, that's the misconception. That's one of the reasons people go into it. And you know, a very close description to that would be benefit, friends with benefits. That's a very close. I mean, we just satisfy ourselves when we feel like. Again, this is just what your brain is telling you. Your brain tells you what you want to hear to make you sleep well. That you're sleeping well does not mean
does not make it right.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that one. So now let's link it up because because this is Women Corner, so we're going to take from the angle of women. Now, because a lot of women have tend to normalize, like you said, normalize casual sex. Do you think is one of the reasons why there are lots of delayed marriages for women?
Of course. I mean, I tell people, when you do something that, I mean, I got an information, but I'm still trying to verify it, that there's, in the Western world, there are some group of girls that are saying that, oh, they will never give sex to the men, and because they are not taking responsibility. I'm still trying to verify that. That's why I won't mention the country. But I mean, that's when you are in a relationship or situationship or whatever you want to call it, that you are given literally everything. Don't forget, the mindset of some of these people can be very shallow. So they just narrow everything down to sex. And so if they get it in good pleasures, president shaking together, what then do they want to? I mean, why should I? I mean, I'm having this stuff. I've tested it all. There's nothing to look forward to. So why do I want to take you in? Why do I want to get married to you? Of course. That can be. As much as we want to run away from it, it doesn't change the fact that it is one, not the only, one of the reasons why the guy would not want to take it to the next level. In fact, you do not just end by sleeping with him. You cook for him. You take care of the laundry. You do everything. Excuse me. That is marriage without bride price. Actually, that's a freebie.
Yeah. So this is going to bring me. What you're saying is bringing me to a question that is ringing bell in my head. So are you saying that there can't be a relationship from a casual sex? You know, that relationship cannot develop from a casual sex, because, like you said, our brain is telling us casual. It's not casual, but let's narrow it down to casual. Okay, we're having casual sex. Okay.
Yeah.
Not we.
They are
having casual sex,
Yeah.
right? Can it develop to a relationship that could lead to marriage? You know, the link thing.
Actually, maybe 1 out of 10 will see it. Yeah, 1 out of 10. Well, why I'm careful about this kind of question is, I don't compromise on my faith, on my personal belief. I'm just wary about the wrong things that eventually leads to the right thing. Yes, but I understand the place of, okay, maybe we have discovered that this is wrong, and I have something, I feel something different for you that I would want to make you mine. Maybe that will develop from there. So let me be flexible a little bit to say that, yes, if we come to the realization that, okay, I'm not sure, I want you, that's if we allow our hearts to feel something more than the casual sex. Sometimes we don't. We shut ourselves from that.
Yeah,
No
we
feelings
just keep
attached.
saying it's
Yeah.
casual.
So if we allow ourselves to see beyond sex in that person, emphasis on see beyond.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, I don't want to do this to you. I don't want to have you come to my house and then you're done, you're just leaving. I think there is more to you. There's a brain, not just the body. I think I want more with you. So the question is, do we get to that point where we begin to think that there is more to the person? Because that's what can lead to marriage. To say, I mean, I talk with you, because sometimes what they call casual sex, they may not even have time to converse.
Yeah.
People don't talk. There's no communication. So why would I even know that you have a brain? Why would I know that you have you can contribute to what I'm going through at work? Why would I know that you can give me an advice that will make me triple my income or thereabout? So people don't talk. They just get done and they move on. So if we allow those kind of conversations and those pause, you know, ponder before we continue, then we probably can
How
lead
did
to.
you do it?
That's the thing.
How did you do it? Because you must converse to enjoy. Anyway,
a kind of conversation. That's what they do. At that point, again, it's the mind. The mind is very powerful. When the mind, you know, just stereotypes that, oh, this is what I want to do. You build up conversations from what you have piled up in your mind already. So at the point of that act, you are asking or conversing or talking about things that will make you enjoy the act more.
Or talking about the pay after.
Do you understand?
It's a casual thing.
I actually saw a clip. I saw a quick clip. I think it was early this morning or last night before I went to bed, where, I mean, it's one of our amazing Nigerian movies that the lady just came, what we call casual sex, like just do, and then the guy is like, okay, I don't even want to do this again. Stop. He said, no, I'm already here. You must pay me my money. He said, okay, no problem. I'll pay. He said, pay me now, even if you're not doing it again. And the guy said, I don't have any means of transfer. I can't go and use the ATM and all of that. Guess what? She reached out to her bag and brought that POS.
Jeez.
I saw it. I said, I mean, it was a movie, but
that is a good business.
That's the conversation she wants to use.
Exactly.
So
we talked about
any
she brought it up. The guy was like, seriously, POS.
But that can be real.
Actually,
No, that can be real. I think it's a skit or something.
And no, it was a movie. That's what I'm saying.
it
It was a movie. It was a movie.
How are we going to know if it's not real?
Don't be too sure. I mean, because it doesn't take so much to have a POS. And just have one of
You
those
have an account,
this thing.
you
Yeah.
can always
No,
just-
it doesn't take so much. People even register their distinct business. So you don't know
Which business?
It's a stream of income. So if you register, you just put your name, maybe Flores Flows Enterprise or Flows Wellness. You understand? Business has started.
Sound like you did.
No, of course. I'm a therapist, so I don't have that kind of flow.
Oh, this is so amazing.
I'm enjoying the conversation.
Oh my
Okay, so
God.
let me ask this. For people who have casual sex, and somehow, let me take it from two angles now.
Yeah.
First, I'm dating someone, and all I want is just casual sex. I'm not ready to get married to you. Now that's one thing, and the guy is getting interested. Or let me even use the other side. A guy just wants casual sex from you.
Right.
He's not ready to date you. He does not think about it. He wants to date you, but let's not get to the married part. But you know that if you stop having sex with him, he might never even see you in that light. So for you to be able to maybe still stay in his life, and you really think that you want to marry that person, you love this person, you want to marry, you want the person to change and stop seeing you as someone that, you know, he calls up when you want to have casual sex or when you want to just hang out. How will a woman
transition
his mindset from seeing her as just this to entering a real good relationship? And also the other part of it is that there are some people that will tell you they want to date, both of them are interested in dating, but they tell the guy will tell the lady, see, if you're not going to have sex with me, I'm not interested. So how can a lady convince the man to hold on, hang on, before they can, maybe till marriage, before they can have sex?
Okay, so those are two different questions. Yeah, so let me take the first one, then that last one, in case I forget, you remind me again. So please hold on to
well written out.
Okay, that's fine. So the first one, so in my head, while we were talking in my head, I said, okay, this is me trying to teach a bad girl how to be badder. If there's a word like that. So what I would say is, I mean, it's my job, so don't worry. So I will still say it. So if we attend church together, don't say, I she a bad girl now. Don't worry. Creates an experience. Every time you meet with him, create an experience, like a lasting experience. You know the thing already. You know the drill. You have been doing it. So make sure you don't make it casual.
Okay.
We're going back to this casual again.
Yeah.
So going by the regular thing, you know, there's actually a way. Don't worry, I've been married for some years now. So there's a way you do it. There's a way you're even quarreling with your partner, and you just do it to fulfill duties. But there's a way you do it to connect. I don't know if I'm speaking.
You're not
Don't let me opposite it. See, PG. I don't know who's anyway. They should be in school writing exam. But trust me, this is important actually. You see, again, I see some of these movies because I mean I work with humans, and so I just want to know what the mindset. Even when people write scripts, it gives you a clue to what is happening out there. So I watched. There was this particular one I watched, and the prostitute told the guy, "You don't kiss me."
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because it's as if when you get to my mouth, when we get to the kissing and the smooching parts, we are really getting deep, we are bonding. So it doesn't get done with the act and move on. So what I'm saying is, in this case, so you see that there's a difference. There's a difference between, I mean, even when you are doing it with a partner that you want to build bond with, you don't just go straight to scoring goals. You start with checking the goalposts. You check. You understand? So create that kind of experience. Okay, so don't just be that fling or that person that he picked. Do more. Do you understand? Do more. Let him get done with you and want more.
Okay, sorry, is it only through sex that you can do more?
No,
because as you're speaking, you know, the movie coming into my head right now is Pretty Woman.
Okay.
If you had watched Pretty Woman,
I'm
it's
sure I have.
It's a long good movie. You know, she was a prostitute, and this guy took her and liked her and fell in love with her.
I think
so she didn't just do the sex thing for the guy to love her. So my question is it only through sex?
It is not now. That's what I'm saying. So it's part of it. So even when you are done with that kind of act, you wake up, you can even go and you do more than what he thinks you are, and he won't stop you. Actually, not every, except the person is going through something. People barely turn down help, and you know, trying to make things work for me in my house. Do more of that, and when you're done, you can still ask him some of those questions. Don't forget, you are shooting your shots. You are positioning yourself based on your question to say, I don't just want to. So you create all of those experiences. How are you doing? Ask questions, and you'll be surprised. That's what. So I've carried other people. So you do more than that. So, okay, you create an experience not just through intimacy, but in caring about the human being, in caring about him and all of that. Then when you're done, create a bit of scarcity.
Do you
understand? So it's like, give me and I take it back. I hold on to it for some time.
And then
so
he'll be looking for you.
Wow. Create scarcity. And then when he finally sees you, or you guys finally see, you don't jump into that act again. Take him for dinner. It may be he's been paying you, say, save part of what he paid you. Don't worry, because you know you are going to get it back. You know, and I'm not saying you are investing, but I mean, you know what you want based on your question. I want his house. I don't just want him to want my body. So you create that scarcity, and then the next time you're saying, create moments outside of the bedroom. Let him see you for who you are. Let him see that you can laugh and you've got a cute smile. Because when you go deeply into that, they don't see your face. Some of them even close eyes. Do you understand? Let him see your set of your that you've got your dentition that is very beautiful. Let him see the dimple that doesn't exist and just sees that is there. Do you get it? So when you create all of those, when you're not there, he sees your picture and then you call again, and then you say, oh, okay, you are reading. Just do something. You know the person. Just create something. You have the mumu button. So use it well. So when you do all of that, I'm sure if he's supposed to be, he will at least see you above that. And the second question says, if the two of them have been engaging in sex and all of that.
This one is somebody walks up to me and wants to date me, and I like you, and I said, okay, let's date. And the person was like, I'm like, but I'm not gonna have sex with you. And he was like,
so let me put it straight. How does delaying sex affect relationship? Is that what you want to say?
Not like that, no. You met me. You want to date me. You are interested. I know.
But you know we are not dating.
I know we're not. Okay. We're not dating.
Okay.
Like you.
So I'm a guy.
Yeah, you're a guy, and you are asking me out, and
Okay.
I like you, and I said yes. So during the course of time, obviously, you can't just demand for sex immediately.
Right.
Let's say after maybe a week or two, the person start asking for sex, and you're like, no, I'm not ready to have sex with you. Like, I don't think I even want to until we are married. Or maybe when we are close to even, yes, I know that
when certain commitments have been made.
Exactly. And the person's like, oh no, I can't date you and not have sex with you. But you like that man, and you know that man likes you. Now, as a lady, how do I convince that man to hold on?
Please don't try to convince him, because there are so many other things in marriage that you have to convince him for. If there is one thing we encourage, see, self-control is this thing is just how many minutes act. So if few minutes, so if you're going to base my entire life and what we think we want to build on just few minutes gratification or fun, so I think it is beyond that act. If she tries to convince him, and I tell ladies, don't try to convince a guy that says all he wants to is sex and you're convincing him. Please let him see it. Because when you're not there, for some reasons, you have a help. He may want to. Because life is beyond sex. We understand that it's part of what makes a marriage. But it's just a fraction. It's just a fraction. So I wouldn't encourage that he tries to make him serious. And never try to make a man serious why he shouldn't sleep with you. That's your values. You don't compromise. You don't go down because you want to bring somebody up, because you may just stay down with the person. You don't, especially on matters like this. I mean, it's a recommendation. At the end of the day, ladies, go ahead to do. But by God's grace, I've been practicing for a long time, and I will tell you, I mean, people come for therapy and all of that, and I see that you've nobody. People barely hold down a man for sex, because you realize that you give it to him now, and then he's almost as though for him to be saying that's what he wants. I mean, there may just be something, just in case he has issues, because there may be cases to say that okay, maybe he has issues, addiction and all of that. In fact, it is even better to help with the addiction. Let him see a therapist. Don't say, oh, because he has addiction, let me keep giving it to him. Trust me, there'll be a time in your life and in that marriage, maybe during pregnancy or you just had a baby, that you may not be able to give him, and so he has not practiced self-control. So what he does is to go after anything and scarce and go. So my recommendation would be, no, don't try to convince him. He has to see it for himself and buy into it and own it and respect your decision.
I even feel like if a man is at that stage, is even asking for me, I feel like, girl, you're just about to dodge a bullet, because he might even do that, and before you know,
but some men says they want to test.
Am I a soup?
Hey! See. I remember the young days of my speaking, that I will go to maybe sometime talk to university students and all of that, and I'm talking to the girls. I said, some people say you don't buy a product without testing it. I even consider that an insult. It means if you want to test me before you buy me, it means you doubt my manufacturer. It means you really doubt that. I'm telling you. So please don't even buy what you doubt. Don't. So women should do more. I think it's just because sometimes we think we are getting old, want to
get married.
You can't get into marriage through pressure and stay happy sometimes. Most likely you use pressure to carry through that marriage. Most likely. Not in all cases, but sometimes. So see me talking as someone that has worked with. I was speaking with a friend yesterday, and I said, wow, in my life I have worked with, practicing for 20 years. So I have worked with a lot of people. So that's where I'm talking from, to say that I've not worked with everybody in this world, definitely. But with the percentage that I've worked with, it's almost as though if you see 5 people going through this, then most likely 3 other people are going through it. You carry through that pressure. So the issue of testing before you buy the product and all of that, I mean, it doesn't work that way.
Women are going through
a lot.
I must tell you.
To test the man before.
I must tell you, women are going through a lot.
You know, it's heartbreaking.
Like she said, I feel like it's even insultive telling me you want to taste Do I look like a product to you?
I
I don't.
No, but then again, I really would think I do not want to blame this man.
Okay.
I know where you're coming from.
Thank you. So take it over from there.
So they've had issues, right? Don't forget what you are testing for is, you say you want to test how good the person is, right? So I tell people, I've seen people who got married as virgins, and then today they can give their husband all stars. Actually, this act can be learned. It's even better for you, the two of you, to cope and learn and see what. So that's what some of them. And I need to know how you can perform. See, performance is a personal thing. You can tell your partners, even in marriage today, we just talk about it how you want it. Then secondly, I need to know if you can produce. Is it that you are expecting me to get pregnant before this?
Some men say that.
Yes,
but they are say get pregnant first.
But don't test to see if the person is fertile. They are setting medical. I mean, a lot of tests.
If the men are not thinking backward, I have seen women that married as virgins and
still do not.
Exactly.
So what is pursuing them? So you see, when they bring all this gist of test before you buy, or what if the person is not fertile, I'm like, excuse me. We've also seen situations where men will cover up their tracks, especially because you can't. I mean, forget it, because we can't know if you're a virgin or not. And I sum the definition of virginity to just be someone that has not had sex, because if it makes it a feminine thing. If you're just looking at the high men being broken, and then the men are exonerating themselves, and then no, let's just leave it at being a virgin is someone, a human being that has not had, even animals that have not had sex. Don't make it a woman's thing, because they keep making this thing a woman. You can't test a man, so a man just feels like come follow body, he come I can perform very well. It's the woman that needs to be tested. We should stop this.
What's the follow body?
Follow come. You know I can perform. It's you that I want to test.
And then some of the men, after they have low sperm count, they cannot even perform, they cannot impregnate their wives, and then the women begin to run from I have a story like that. She married this man, they didn't all that. After marriage, we found out that the man can't impregnate a woman. Never. They live abroad. Never can she have a child, except if she decides to sleep out. Even for IVF, for everything, because the man's sperm cannot even do anything.
You see, in that case,
so they're like that.
You see, in that case. Meanwhile, when they were going to start, trust me, the stereotype. Nothing, no torchlights will be pointed towards the man. It's just the woman. So I think we should, because you hear people say this, that it's too much. People keep talking about women, and I tell them it's because the damage that has been done on womanhood is a lot. It's actually a lot, and it will take a lot to undo it. I'm telling you, and I really appreciate that we do a lot with men. We are talking about women for the purpose of this program, right? So we should definitely talk about the guys and the men. I have a son, and I'm doing my best to make sure he grows up to become an amazing husband and a father, right? But trust me, this is a combination of tradition, culture of years back, civilization of this day still affecting the woman. Culture of years back, tradition of years back, civilization in our very civilized state, we still do some things to women that I'm like, I mean, you walk into an office and a woman is the MD or the something. There is this way you look at him. I was going to speak somewhere, and then we had all men, and then I heard things like, is the lady that is coming. I mean, these are supposed to be learned people. So we faced it in the time of our forefathers, and we're still facing it. And you think we're focusing too much on women? We are not. We've not even scratched the surface.
Very true.
Sorry, I know we're going to go on break very soon, but coming back to that story, if it was the other way around, that it was the woman that had the problem, the man's whole family, both living and dead, would have attacked her.
Living and dead.
Everywhere is quiet. I just look at her anytime I speak with her, like, you strong. Everywhere is silent, and she's in her late 40s. She has decided to accept it like that because she loves her husband. If it's the other way around, living and dead,
probably be out of the house.
No, but I think we should really do well with all of this, and it's the same thing. I was telling someone the other day, I saw when people talk about in-laws, I know that's not what we're talking about, but we're just, when people talk about in-laws, so you say your in-law, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law. I said a father-in-law or a mother-in-law is the father or the mother of your partner. It is not just a man's thing. But you know how we see it. So when we're even talking about mother-in-law for the girls, for in marriage, your mind will first of all go to the man's mother also, because that's the stereotype. It's almost as though a woman loses who she is, including So you see a woman trying twice as hard, trying to please her mother-in-law, and the man trying to be very normal with this. So it's just a lot of things that
women are
around women, and all. That's why you see some of them. I mean, there was a time on the show where we talked about women because they feel they've bottled up a lot. Now, even when they try to talk, they find themselves screaming. They find because they have bottled. When you bottle so much, you open your mouth. What comes out is a shout and not a talk. You don't whisper. You scream because so much has been put inside.
Okay, so this is actually just to, because our time is already up.
Yes.
This is also just to add to what you said. Now, a lot of men, that's about the sex thing. A lot of men still believe in their head because they can go, I don't care, they can go several rounds, or when they're about to go, even if just one round, they spend a lot of time. They call themselves, they are like stallions, whatever they call themselves. I just want to clarify that does not mean that your sperm count is okay.
Yeah.
Your agility in the bedroom has nothing to do with productivity. So let's be clear.
Right.
Because they put it on the woman, which is same thing.
True. It's good you play.
Yeah, because they say, hey, me, if you see me, Odogu in the bed.
Just run the proper tests. Do your medical checkups.
Anyway, I want to go back on the casual sex.
All right.
Just a quick one. Okay, so is there any reason for casual sex? If there's anything as casual sex,
yes.
Will there be a reason for casual sex?
Yes. So I think the generation we find ourselves in, some of them are running away from the commitment of marriage. So that's one of the reasons. Actually, people think marriage is a lot. We have some very wealthy people that feels that, okay, if anything happens to me, because people have divorce in mind even before they get married. That's the very amazing thing that is happening now. I can tell you that for free. People don't get into marriage. I mean, people literally, I wrote one of my books. In one of my books, I said that people literally plan their exits from their entry. They don't do it intentionally, but the act points towards that. So you see people trying to say, okay, if I get married now, maybe I do, so there'll be, if I'm going to get a divorce, there may be this, there may be that. So that is one of the reasons why people don't. Commitment, actually, because marriage is spelled in commitment. So like my husband will say sometimes, if you say you love is commitment, marriage is commitment. So it's that commitment that people are most likely running away from. And sometimes people think that they don't have, another reason is that people think they don't have all it takes, especially financially, to get married. That's one of the reasons, right? And then some other people are probably confused. They're still doing money more. They have so many and they don't know who to. So they just said, okay, let's just engage in this casual, if there is any word like that. So I think those are some of the reasons. Right.
Okay.
When we come to things like this, you hear Blossom say, Patricia, wrap up, because our brain is filled up with so many things. Anyway, it's been an amazing time out with you.
Thank you.
In fact, it's as if it shouldn't end. Trust me.
I told you.
Yeah, it's as if it shouldn't end. And we need to have you back. We need to have you back, and I hope you create time for us. So anyways, did you enjoy it?
Oh wow, I did.
Yes,
I
you did.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.